Hi, Bother Brigade. Here's what's bothering me today. Still feeling under the weather, and so I'm just kind of all bundled up. Don't look great. And this also means I do not have the energy for a proper Sunday sum up today. So instead, we're going to talk about Texas again real quick. So recently there was that unfortunate news that Texas basically outlawed trans people, and yeah, we talked about it here on this channel. But as some other people have been pointing out, this might very well be a cover for something way more insidious and terrible that came to light during a recent hearing over bankruptcy and stuff involving ERCOT and Texas's winter storm last year. According to the Dallas Morning News, Texas Governor Greg Abbott disputes blockbuster testimony on electricity prices from former ERCOT chief. Abbott's campaign said the governor had no hand in directly setting energy prices during the 2021 winter storm that created billions in debt for power companies that are passing along the costs to Texans. Governor Greg Abbott's campaign is disputing accounts that he ordered Texas's power grid operator to settle electricity prices at a sky-high cap during 2021's deadly winter storm. Abbott's critics and his presumptive Democratic opponent in November's election pounced on reports of testimony in federal court from former ERCOT CEO Bill Magnus Wednesday. Magnus, during a bankruptcy trial in Houston on Tuesday, testified that Abbott had given orders to the Public Utility Commission to take any and all action to prevent further blackouts during the winter storm. The implication was that Abbott essentially ordered the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, otherwise known as ERCOT, to artificially inflate electricity prices, which remained in place long after they were necessary. And just so that people know how terrible the prices were, the Houston Chronicle also has an article talking about this, and here's a segment that shows just how ridiculous the prices were. Last year, the governor's spokesman, Mark Miner, said Abbott was not involved in any way in the decision to keep wholesale electricity prices at the maximum of $9,000 per megawatt hour, more than 150 times normal prices. He described a decision to send an aide to ERCOT's operations center in the middle of the crisis as based on the feeling the grid operator was spewing disinformation. The decision to keep power prices at the maximum cap is now at the center of a bankruptcy trial waged by the Waco-based electric co-op Brazos Electric. Brazos contends the decision was made recklessly, adding up to a $1.9 billion power bill from ERCOT that forced co-op into bankruptcy. And so it's not just these two articles, right? There's also an Axios article that says that the dude says he was basically just following Greg Abbott's orders. And this all came out during a hearing, right? So we have either evidence or at the very least cause to investigate right now because of Greg Abbott trying to, protect his political life, basically. He set forth a chain of events that resulted in all of this. While Texans were freezing and dying due to outdated infrastructure, the power prices remained incredibly high, seemingly at the direction of Governor Greg Abbott. And so to distract from this, he suddenly makes that hellish and fascist announcement that he's outlawing trans people basically and charging parents of trans kids with abuse and all that other horrific nonsense that we talked about in that video. This is absolutely ridiculous, and it shows that, unfortunately, lots of these guys will, pull it's a classic magician's trick, right? They will say, hey, look over here, so that you don't pay attention to what they're doing with the other hand that you can't see. And this is very clear proof of this. Because he doesn't want people to pay attention to what's happening with the winter storm, which impacted all Texans. He wants to foster a culture war issue. This is classic right-wing ghoul shit. The man is an utterly shameless and contemptible scumbag, and he absolutely deserves to be booted from office. And the fact that this chucklefuck is in office and kept the prices high, and this only came out because of a bankruptcy investigation, and then to distract from that, he decided to outlaw trans people. There are not enough words to describe what a absolutely terrible and reprehensible human being Governor Greg Abbott of Texas is, and the fact that this asshole is governor of Texas is definitely what's bothering me today.